Hi, my name is Akiva Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're going to continue in our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. You know, when we talk about dividing up assets, we really include all assets that are part of the marital estate. This could include a lot of things. It could include furniture, it could include cars, and in this day and age, it likely may well include a short-term rental, an Airbnb. So the question comes up, how does one divide an Airbnb? How do you handle that? Well, there's a couple ways. Number one, somebody could buy out the value of the Airbnb by simply paying one half of that value to the other person. So if you have an Airbnb, you bought it during the marriage, so it's a marital asset. The home has a value of $1 million. You want to buy it out from the other person, you got to pay them $500,000, and now you have that house. You have that house and its furnishings and its potential problems and its potential rental. Another way to do it is to leave the Airbnb in place. Have nobody buy out anybody, but just agree how it's going to be managed. Maybe it's turned over to a management company. Maybe the parties split the costs and the income from it, and then at some later time decide to dissolve it and buy it out. That's another possibility. You have to remember one thing. Unlike a house, which is sort of static in its value, a working short-term rental, a working Airbnb is really not only a house, but it's also a business. And the business may have value. It could be that in the handling of the assets and liabilities in the value, it may be a break-even proposition. It may be that the value that you get from the income may be equalized to the expenses, the taxes, the insurance, the cleanup, the maintenance. Maybe all of that's a wash. If all of that is truly a wash, then maybe the best way to evaluate it is based on the dirt underneath the property. In other words, what's it worth as a house? If somebody were to buy this and decide, you know what, I'm not renting it out, I'm going to use my own house, what's it worth? Whatever somebody will write you a check for is really the best litmus test of what it's worth. So on the open marketplace, if that home can be sold for $1 million, then you know what? It's worth $1 million, which means half of the value belongs to one, half of it belongs to the other. If it's a product, though, that continues to support itself because of the short-term rental, and you can get $100,000 out of this property, and the expenses and the mortgage and all that only consumes $30,000-$40,000 of that, then on top of the value, you got a $60,000 every year asset. This home is producing. So that should be taken into account when determining how to divide that up in the context of, you know, the divorce. But really, if you think about it, it's no different than any other business that has assets and liabilities, but at the end of the day, it has a positive value. That positive cash flow is certainly an asset to be divided in the context of the divorce. If you have any questions about that, reach out, and of course, we'll be glad to help you out.